CC Spotlight is found under the perspective category, and for this effect, I'm going to make a new adjustment layer by going up to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, and I'll apply CC Spotlight to it. This effect does just what it sounds like. It's gonna make what looks like a spotlight on our scene, and I can grab this control point right here, which is the from value, to basically place my light source. So it looks like the light is now coming from that top left corner. We can also control the to point, which is right in the center of the comp, so that I could isolate this on a single part of my comp or animate it around like it's a light on curtains in a theater or something like that. The next control is for the height. If I turn this all the way down, then it's going to appear as if the light is basically directly on the surface of what the light is being shown on. So in this instance, the comp. We see that beam go all the way back to the light source. But if we increase this value, imagine that light coming closer to us, closer to the camera. So the light beam is much more focused to a point in the center of the comp. And I can increase that height even further so that it's a much more circular spot. Now, if I were to move the from point to the center of the comp and then animate the to point, then it almost looks more like a flashlight being pointed around a scene, shining on a wall. Let's reset all of that back down and then look at the cone angle. If I increase this, it's just going to widen out the radius of that light beam. Or if I turn it down, it's going to narrow it a whole bunch, so it's a much smaller beam of light. Next up, we have the intensity. So if I turn that up, it's actually not going to make the light brighter, it's going to make the shadow darker. Or if I back it up in the other direction, it's going to make it less intense, all the way down to 0 where we no longer see the effect. So really what this effect is doing is darkening everything outside of this light beam. Next up, we have the render setting, which by default is set to light shadow. But if I go into that menu, we have a lot of options of how this is actually rendered. So if I said light only, then we're going to lose all of the contents and we're just going to get a grayscale image basically of that light. And what this effect does is takes this grayscale image and then blends it on top of the footage in the light shadow mode. But if you ever wanted to use this as a bump map or combined with some other effect that uses a grayscale image texture, this is how you would want to render it. Let's go through the other options. We have light add, which if I turn the effect on and off, this time it's not going to generate any kind of shadow, and it is making that light a brighter spot. So turning that light intensity up or down will control how bright that spot is. If we go to the next setting, which is light add plus, then I'll actually need to turn off my background. So let me turn that off. Zoom in here, and the plus just means alpha channel, so it's also going to work with alpha. So if I switch it back to light add, then we're going to see that light show up even in those transparent pixels, but light add plus, it'll blend in with those transparent pixels instead of the light add mode, which shows the light even on top of that transparency. All right, I'll turn my background back on. So let's look at the next option, which down at the bottom is gel shadow. So what this does is a little bit different because it actually needs a gel layer. By default, it's set to the adjustment layer, which is showing up a little weird, but I'm gonna change it to my logo. And now the shape of the light is actually based on the alpha channel of my logo. So imagine this was an actual spotlight and you put a matte in front of that light, the shape of my logo. Then it's going to project that shape. Think of this kind of like the bat signal. So if I put my light source down here and then move this point around, I can project my logo as if it's a spotlight, and all of the same controls apply. So I could increase the cone angle, I could increase the cone height or decrease it to change the shape, and I could even feather out the edge softness, which isn't going to blur the layer, it's just going to soften out the edges. If I wanted to make the actual light source blurry, I would need to go to the logo and add, say, a fastbox blur to it and increase the blur a little bit, and then go to my adjustment layer and make sure that I'm choosing effects and masks under the gel layer, and then it will blur that out as well. And we have other options, just like with the light settings. I could render just the gel. I could render gel add, where we're not darkening any of the image, we're just brightening up the part with the logo. Or if I turn the background back off, I can change this to gel add plus, where it will only show up on top of pixels that aren't transparent. But that's it for CC Spotlight. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, then check out the other ones here on my YouTube channel. And if you like my teaching style, then definitely check out my longer form content on Skillshare and School of Motion. And if you want to support more tutorials like this one, check out my Patreon. You can find links for all of that stuff in the description of this video.